Good morning, teachers, parents, and special guests, and students, and welcome to our Pro-Diligentia Assembly. Could I please ask that you place all your belongings beneath your seats and that your phones are switched to silent. Today we'll be singing the national anthem, and could you please stand for the arrival of the official party.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Well, dear parents, colleagues, students, and those watching our live streaming, welcome to today's Years 7 to 9 Pro-Diligentia ceremony. It's wonderful to have guests on the school grounds in what has been an interesting start to Term 4 and mask wearing. To our parents, your children were simply outstanding with the restrictions in place last week, and I wanted to share how proud we as a teaching staff are of their efforts in being compliant amidst what was challenging circumstances in the classroom. Should restrictions come into place again, I know that our school community will rise to the challenge with ease. As we gather today to recognise the achievements of Term 3's work ethic, I wanted to reinforce the following to our student body in attendance. I hope you do not see this introduction and welcome as an attempt to gain a quick motivational pep talk or a heaping praise on those who have exceeded with an award, or even a chance to cajole those who could lift their work ethic this term. I want to highlight some simple truths and allow Timothy Josiah Rono, our Year 9 guest speaker, to leave the words of encouragement. I believe TJ has some very motivational words, which I know will highlight why he has tried hard in Term 3 and has succeeded. As such, let me highlight the following. Whilst our Year 12, who are in class at the moment, have the least remaining time in classrooms of any students here at school, they're also faced with the greatest challenge of their schooling thus far. They have only 7 days left of classes till their QCAA exams, or for our IB students, well, they have 9 days. For those in this room, our Years 7 to 9 students, you have but 35 days of school left this year. Take out a few days of excursions, ceremonies, activity days and the like, and really you have closer to 30 days. With such little time left, I thought I could break it down into a simple analogy to highlight what could be done between now and the final day of term, November 26. Brisbane is around 1,300 kilometres from Townsville. In a car, Google highlights that this will take about 15 hours to drive, although roadwork at the moment may make this a little longer from holiday experience. However, the average walking speed is around 5 kilometres per hour, and therefore the trip would take roughly 260 hours to walk. Now, I'm not about to state I'm going to walk to Brisbane, nor am I asking anyone in this room to do so. You would be more asking why. What I wanted to highlight is what would seem a massive task, but broken down into smaller chunks, it is realistic, even having the weekends off to rest your weary legs on that walk. Therefore, when you divide the total hours of walking into how many of days of school you have, you get roughly 8.5 hours of walking each day. So in theory, if you arrived at school at 7:45 in the morning and left each day at 4:15 in the afternoon, you would spend around 8.5 hours a day here at school. If you walked each day of this term at 5 kilometres an hour for 8.5 hours a day, from 7:45 to 4:15, you would be in Brisbane and have achieved 1,300 kilometres, something probably unthinkable for anyone in this room. The question is not so much the distance of why you would do that. Often for many people who plan out these sort of trips, which is for charity, they state that whilst it sounded good in theory, the intrinsic motivation required was their challenge. Hence, the charity highlighted a close cause to their heart. Intrinsically, or internally for a better word, they had to have their reasons for wanting to complete what would seem a massive task. But in theory, for most of you, you will spend the same amount of time here at school prior to the 26th of November, your final day. Some 260 hours of time. So what will you achieve in that time? I mention this distance, walking time and intrinsic motivation due to the fact that we all have to find the reasons why we want to be here this term. It is written that we need to consider the following when trying to find motivation. Be careful with incentives, trying to make them intrinsic rather than extrinsic or reward focused. Be careful with visualising success, as often the visualisation does not focus on the challenges it will take to get to the final destination and how we can become obsessed with the final victory. Be in control of your actions. Research shows that most people feel great motivation when they're the driving force behind their actions or activities and can see that they are the factor that ensures its completion. Introduce challenges. Knowing that you have 30 days left of school is great, but just getting through each week might be a simple goal. Completing class quizzes, tests each week may seem frustrating, certainly on a Monday, but it's hoped that the small challenges will enable you to succeed at the final, larger test. Finally, focus on the journey, not the outcome. It will be a great day on November 26, but who is to say we cannot enjoy each and every day in the lead up to that moment, as just like Christmas and your birthday, we cannot wait for them to arrive and then know quickly how quick that day seems to disappear, only to be getting excited for the next major event in our calendar. And so to our Year 7 to 9, let us take the journey together this term. Whilst it might not be 1,300 kilometres together, we can take the 260 hours in unison. What will you achieve in that vast amount of time? To those receiving an award, congratulations on your work ethic last term. I now invite Dr. Moores to the lectern.
Good morning, official party, colleagues, parents, Pro-Diligentia award winners and students. As the year has progressed, the work ethic of students across the school has increased every term, so I'm very happy today to be awarding so many certificates. I would like to remind students that work ethic, which this award is based on, has 3 criteria: class work and effort, homework, and organisation. And you require almost every one of your teachers to award a very good for your work ethic on your school report. I encourage all students to maintain their commitment to the studies for the remainder of the year, and I would hope then that 2022 can begin with a record number of students receiving these awards at our first ceremony. Today, congratulations to all the award winners for your outstanding effort in Term 3. I'll be announcing the award winners in each year level, and I ask that you hold your applause until all the students are assembled in front of the stage. Year 7 Pro-Diligentia award winners. Dylan Albersberg. Bridget Boyle. Peyton Cam. Jack Dempsey. Layla Evans. Lucy Gabbett. Ashton Green. Mahir Hassan. Grace Higgins. Bella Ingram. Jet James. Grace King. Ethan Lancuba. Gus Maruff. Michaela Moore. Andrea Masumba. Lucia Parmigiani. Quinn Pascoe. Cooper Power. Grace Salzer. Heidi Zahn. Please congratulate the Year 7 Pro-Diligentia award winners. Year 7 Prosumer Diligentia award winners. Sophie Andrews. Harry Baxter. Aspen Bell. Charlotte Bell. Sophia Blanco Boyle. Noah Boggled. Luke Broadfoot. Sienna Butterworth. Joshua Dreyer. Anna Dunn. Siddharth Gotham. Esther Harris. Layla Halsington. Ranu Khanna. Noah Kuravath. Poppy Lee Rao. Harper McGuinness. Ashmitha Prabhaharan. Shreya Runabout. Livia Robertson. Joshua Sori. Larissa Wagale Kumbure. Ashni Wurasiria. Please congratulate our Year 7 Prosumer Diligentia award winners. Year 8 Pro-Diligentia Award winners: Olivia Arnaboldi, Matilda Arnold, Hamish Barry, Oliver Bowen, Joel Brandy, Samuel Hanks, Lucinda Horn, Lucy Jepson, Maria Kerwin, Wayne Canotti, Matthew Lai, Ella McDonald, Libeth Moller, Arjun Nigam, Quincy O'Leary, Christopher Taylor, Ava Verzelletti, Chelsea Williams. Please congratulate the Year 8 Pro-Diligentia Award winners. Year 8 Prosumer Diligentia Award winners: Sharava Ahuja, Audrey Barch, Sally Broad, Rose Cameron, Oscar Caniato, Matilda Costello, Joshua Crawford, Clara Cumming, Jenna Curtis, Clara Haken, Ruth Harris, Eleanor Howard, Ruby Ironside, Erin Maidment, Isha Melgan, Sarah Marshman, Ruby Menzies, Zara Muller, Chow Hee Moon, Gemma Morris, Isabella Morris, Rohan Nalavde, Loch Nguyen, Kato Dempsey, Kritika Ponangi, Harini Ramesh, Anjali Rao, Vienne Richardson, Erica Round, Miles Siegel, Daksh Sinha, William Smith, Emma Warren. Please congratulate our Year 8 Prosumer Diligentia Award winners. Our Year 9 Pro-Diligentia Award winners: Monette Allaway, Michaeli Baker, Yamindi Bandara, Kiran Bartlett, Annika Kalea, Kingsley Cameron, Dylan Carey, Liam Clements, Poppy Costello, Ned Fairley, Julia Fulton, Caitlin Halfpenny, Daniel Hopper, Bodie Johnston, Phoebe Kent, Anaru Malia, Emily Moore, Lily McClelland, William McDarrah, Jasmine McMahon, Ted Muller, Sam Tunisia, Isabella Wong. Our Year 9 Pro-Diligentia Award winners. Our Year 9 Prosumer Diligentia Award winners. Ephraim Anderson, Lily Blyes, Olivia Brennan, Sophie Brewer, Amali Birch, Hanley Cheng, Alyssa Curtis, Christian De Jersey, Yasmin Eaton, Helena Fon, Ludovan Gray, Maxwell Hanks, Grace Harding, Nicola Hitchcock, Nina Jerome, Naomi Kutash, Ruby Lane, Eleanor Locke, Sienna McCallum, Freya McManus, Jasmine Masumba, Min Young O, India Pelling, Carissa Russalam, James Russalam, Angus Richardson, Vivian Rurr, Timothy Josiah Rono, Kate Rose, Ashna Sabason, Marianthi Theodosio, Charlotte Toe, Yuhansi Vimalesh, Hugo Wong, Tanvi Yadav. Please congratulate our Year 9 Prosumer Diligentia Award winners.
Good morning, Mr. Kelly, special guests, colleagues and students. Congratulations to all those recipients of Pro-Diligentia Awards. I'm in awe of your splendid work and your efforts in class. This morning, I'm really pleased to announce the musical item will be performed by a Year 8 musician. She recently won her section of brass at the Townsville of Stedford and is a member of a range of ensembles at Townsville Grammar School and in the community. The work she will perform with me this morning is from an oratorio by George Frederick Handel. It is called Sound and Alarm. To perform Sound and Alarm from Judas Maccabeus, would you please welcome Jenna Curtis.
Wow, what amazing playing from Jenna and Mr. Blanche. Greetings, Mr. Kelly, teachers, parents, and fellow students. It's such an honor to stand here before you all this morning to share a few words. My name is TJ Rono, and I am one of Roland's middle school academic leaders in 2021. Last week, on Wednesday morning, as I was walking to class after a big band rehearsal, Mr. Barrett stopped me and asked if I'd like to speak during the Pro-Diligentia ceremony. This caught me by surprise, and this request humbled me. One of the questions he asked me was who motivated me to work hard this school term. There are a few people, but I'd like to say my biggest motivator to work hard is my father. For some context, my father, Dr. Franklin Rono, came from a humble upbringing. He grew up on a farm in one of the rural villages in Kenya. This is a country in the eastern part of Africa. He went to a boarding school from grade 1 until he graduated from high school. He's shared with me many interesting stories on how he survived and thrived during his schooling years. He worked hard and overcame many challenges, and eventually managed to get a spot in the nation's medical school, which only had 160 spots for the whole country. He now works as a specialist here in Australia. My father always reminds me where he started from and how far he has come, and consistently challenges me to aim higher. He has always strived to give me the best opportunities available. To ensure I don't take anything for granted, qualities such as discipline, hard work, respect for authorities, parents, teachers, and other adults, and self-control have been instilled in me from a young age. If I'm disappointed with my schoolwork or extracurricular activities, I reflect and try to find where I could have done things differently. I discuss with my parents, teachers, or coach and put systems in place to avoid similar shortcomings. An example of this could be my improvement in English grades from semester 1. To preface this, one aspect of English that has not been my strong suit is my writing. While I enjoy reading books, putting my thoughts into words is at times challenging. However, I realized change was necessary when my English marks dropped in achievement, behavior, and work ethic for term 1 and 2. When my mom went to parent-teacher interviews, I tagged along. When it reached the time to talk to my English teacher, I made sure to listen. My teacher brought to my attention the drop in my grades and behavior compared to last year. This disappointed me, but at the same time inspired me to do better. She told me if I wanted to change my outcome, I would need to take some drastic changes in class. No more sitting at the back of the classroom with one ear on the teacher and the other to my mate, but rather focus my attention on what's happening. 2 changes I made were sitting closer to the front and making sure I don't let my mind wander. I wrote this down on a page in my English book and made sure to do this every lesson. These 2 simple changes worked wonders for me. I understood tasks well and managed to get a result I was pleased with for my report. These results came solely from noticing places to improve and making changes. I had a target I wanted to achieve, and with the help of my family and teacher, I identified the problem, planned how to tackle it, and acted. This gave me my desired result. Concerning things like discipline, it is essential to start with the more minor things in life before going for significant changes. Keeping my room tidy, ironing my school uniform to be ready for the week, polishing my shoes, and other mundane habits have hugely affected how I control my life. Not checking your phone first thing when you wake up and saying good morning to your parents will influence your schoolwork and other aspects of your life. Another critical thing to do is have a dedicated study area. One that is distant and set from distractions. Allow yourself to focus on the task at hand and take breaks when needed. Systems such as these will not only help you in school, but everywhere. It all starts with you wanting to improve as a person. Lastly, it never hurts to ask for help. There is no shame in asking for assistance from parents, teachers, friends, or family. They are there to guide you through your schooling journey, and it would be unwise not to use them. I can count the number of times that I've needed to ask a fellow student or teacher for some help with a challenging concept, and it will for sure not be the last. I mean, even my sister in university still asks my parents to check over her assignments and identify some errors she may have overlooked. The most important thing, however, is that you need to strive for excellence. It needs to be self-initiated and self-driven. However big a role others may play, the most important thing is a personal conviction on your part. Your parents and teachers could give you an unlimited amount of advice, but if you don't take action and do something with the info, it will go wasted. Kobe Bryant once said, "Great things come from hard work and perseverance, no excuses." Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, TJ, for your insightful words, and I'm sure everyone can take a lot from what you just said. Thank you. That concludes this ceremony. Could you please stand for the departure of the official party?